some movies that we watch, you just are surprised later on that someone or some group of people produced it or directed some part of the movie. Now, I'm not a fan of the Monty Python films. I don't roll over on the floor laughing constantly. For example, one of my favorite Monty Python films, good night, is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's funny because it's making fun of the Arthur and his Camelot story, and it's also making fun of all the events during the Renaissance period. I love that movie. I'm not a fan of Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, because even though it's important to teach kids what the names of their private parts are, kids shouldn't know what sex is at 8, 9, 10 years old, or even younger. The song Every Sperm is Sacred annoys me, because it has kids who are younger than my sister, who's 8, singing about sperm and how it's sacred, and that's... I know it's supposed to be funny, but come on, they're kids. Are they really supposed to know what sex is at that age? No, not at all. I do like the scene where John Cleese is teaching sex ed in a very bad way by fucking a woman on the table while every kid who's an 8th grader is watching. That's hilarious. But other than that, there's some parts of the movie which really annoy me. Now, I have not seen Monty Python's The Life of Brian yet. I want to. I just gotta find it on video on demand when it's free. But name the only person who actually gave the cast of Monty Python money to make this movie. The answer is quite surprising. George Harrison. He is the only executive, he is the producer of the movie. And he was interviewed by a newspaper because this makes fun of Christianity, this movie. It makes fun of Judaism, Christianity, and it makes fun of those two religions mainly, but it makes more fun of Christianity. And George Harrison was asked by a newspaper, by a British newspaper, why did you fund the movie? And he said, I want to see the movie. Plain and simple. I want to see the movie. And so he gave a little over $2 million for the movie to be made. And so far it's supposed to be one of the funniest Monty Python films. But there's a song from The Life of Brian which everybody knows, even though I haven't seen the movie, I know the song. Always look on the bright side of life. And the cast of Monty Python is full of believers and non-believers. More non-believers than anything. And the song, Eric Idle sings it, he wrote it. And in the song, he talks about how we're all born from nothing, really. We know ourselves as human beings, but to another galaxy, we're nothing. Our life form is nothing to other galaxies. So, in the song, it's my favorite where he goes, life's a piece of shit. If you look at it, that's so true. That's so true. Life is a piece of shit if you look at it, because life is shitty. War, death, disease, destruction, hatred. I mean, I could go on. Sure, are there good things about life? Yeah. But are there more negative things about life than good things about life? Yeah. More bad than good. And that's really sad. We should really find a way to be more good than bad. But, and another part of the song, which rings true, is If life seems jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's to learn to laugh and dance and sing. And laughter, even though it may take 2 minutes of your time to make you laugh, maybe at a joke or something that funny that happens to somebody, painful that happens to somebody else but not to you, that's great, because then you forget what you were mad about or upset about before you started laughing. And as for singing and dancing, they're just things in life that people do more so than fishing, hunting, or even bowling. But that song is so on point. And at the very end where he's like, you were born from nothing, you're going back for nothing, what you got to lose? Nothing. And that's true. Because you're born from nothing, you live for nothing, you die for nothing, you go back to nothing. We're all nothings. We have to make our lives feel like there's something about a quality to life. But in reality, life is meaningless. That's what life is. It's nothing but meaningless. Life is just plain meaningless. We have to make life meaningful. We didn't ask to be born in this world. We didn't ask to be born in this world. And when we're born in this world, we have to make life meaningful for us. When people say, oh, there's a reason to live, there's a reason to live, there's a reason to live. Really? Then how do these homeless veterans find a reason to live? Think about that. How do homeless veterans, U.S. veterans, find a reason to live? They're on the street every day. They're denied health care. They're denied a job. They're denied a home. They're denied food. They're denied water. They're called panhandlers by assholes, ultra-conservatives. What's the reason for them to be living? If they're denied health care, if they're denied a job, if they're denied a home. Do you know some homeless veterans have thoughts of suicide? Because they're so lonely in the world that they have nobody else to even be near, because maybe their family member died, their only family member they knew died while they were away at war, and they have no family. Is that a reason to live, really? To be homeless, to serve your country, then not to be thanked for it by a job, or a home, or health care, or even family? Or not even family? You get my point. But that's why I like the song, always look on the bright side of life. Because there's always something good in life, but there's always more bad. See you guys.